I don't know about where you're at, but where we're at, that English grammar was so bad. It just got cold. It is just frigid. And that means we're gonna have some warm, comforting meals in the crock pot. Today, I am sharing with you 3 different winter crock pot meals that are gonna warm you and your family right up. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Look, in full disclosure, I was out of town. It's been chaotic, and I need to get these 3 recipes filmed today. So good thing I have 3 crock pots. They're all 3 gonna be going. But that means we have food for the next few days, and I don't have to worry about filming and or cooking because we're gonna have leftovers. So it's a win-win. This first recipe we're making is red beans and rice in the crock pot. We are using ham hocks, so you are getting some protein in there too. And we'll shred the ham hocks and put them in there later. It's gonna be delicious. But the first thing I had to do was soak my red kidney beans overnight. So I bought dry red beans and I soaked them in water overnight. Man, did they grow. They look great. So this is a very simple recipe. This is gonna take 5 minutes to throw together, which is my kind of recipe. Something we really enjoy to have alongside of a nice crock pot meal is great bread, and I'm very thankful to Wild Grain for sponsoring a portion of today's video. I will tell you more about them later. We absolutely love Wild Grain in this house. Now, for this recipe, we'll have more things that we'll add later, but for right now, I just need to chop up. I'm gonna do about half of this onion. Ooh, that is a stout onion. Oh my, I just did my makeup. I'm about to have mascara running down my face. Let me step away. I have recovered. All is well. Now, that was it as far as chopping goes for now. So let's just add everything into our crock pot and get it going. So to our crock pot, we're gonna add our beans that we soaked. I am gonna drain the rest of this water. Okay, so I drained the remaining water off of it. I'm using my smaller crock pot today. Don't need a large one for this. We're gonna add in our onion. I've got these 2 ham hocks that are gonna go in. I got the kind that are a smoky ham hock. If you can find that, a smoked ham hock, that would be great. You need both of them. There we go. We're gonna add a teaspoon of ground cumin. And of course we need minced garlic too, closer to like a tablespoon of minced garlic. Now the last thing we need to do is just add 3 cups of water. And I got this one started first because it needs to cook the longest. We need to soften those beans. So it's gonna cook 8 to 10 hours on low. I'm gonna try it at 8 and we'll check it, but it should be good by then. It has been all day long. This is now on the warm feature. So we need to do some things. All right, you see them ham hocks? Them ham hocks, y'all love my grammar, I know you do. Let's remove these and let them cool for just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna stir this around. Okay, it smells fantastic, but we need to chop up some veggies. So what we need is 1 bell pepper. I would use my handy dandy chopper, but it is currently in the dishwasher and the dishwasher is going. Been doing a lot of cooking today. We filled that thing up. So we need this chopped up, and we also need 1 tomato chopped. I started on it, but he came and took over, so I really appreciate that. I'm super tired today, and I didn't feel like chopping, so he said he would do it. He loves to chop stuff up. He loves it, so I'm gonna let him do that. He's gonna add that in here, and I'm gonna go grab those ham hocks over there.
There is to be no skimpage on the flavor in here. That is gonna be good.
Are you excited?
Man, yeah.
So he took the skin off of that, and he pulled it all off, which it looks like it came off pretty easily.
Yep.
And he's just chopping this up, and we're gonna be throwing that back into the slow cooker.
Make sure there's no bones in there.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a piece
piece.
of cartilage in there.
Yeah.
Get that out.
So in here goes our tomatoes and our green pepper, and I am gonna turn this on to high so our green pepper kind of softens up a little bit. We're gonna add in our ham from our ham hock.
All right, that was good, baby. Look at that.
Y'all.
Man, you're talking about some flavor in there.
Okay, so I've turned it on to high. I'm gonna put the lid on it. We're gonna let that hang out, and I'm gonna make some rice that we're gonna serve this over. Just kidding, I forgot. We needed to add salt at this point too. So I'm gonna add some salt in, and when you add salt, you just go ahead and add some pepper too, right?
That's right, go ahead and put them on in there.
That'll be enough for now, and then I'll taste it right before we eat. I would like to thank Wild Grain for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you have never heard of Wild Grain, I'm surprised, number one, but they are the first bake from frozen subscription box. They have sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh made pastas. Wild Grain partners with small bakers and pasta makers across the country, and they ship everything to your door. You get to choose what all comes in the box, and everything they have bakes from frozen. You don't have to thaw it out in 25 minutes or less. We're gonna be having this one today with our lasagna, but I love that freezing these freshly made breads, it locks in the nutrients, the flavor, and the texture without the need for preservatives. Their sourdough breads are so incredibly good, and I love that I can pronounce all of the ingredients in here. So they're using simple ingredients, plus they have a slow fermentation process. That slow fermentation process can be easier on your belly, and it means you get more nutrients and antioxidants in your bread. They are always adding new products and seasonal products. These are chocolate croissants. So you get that yummy croissant bread, but there is chocolate that goes throughout. Can you see that? It's so good. I've had them before. So because they're adding new things all the time, it's always exciting to be able to go in and pick out what you're going to get in your next box. No two boxes have to look the same. These giant chocolate chunk cookies are so good. And when I say giant, they are massive. Something we've never tried before is this slow fermented artisanal pita bread. Very stoked to try that. So if you're sick of getting bread from the grocery store and it going bad before you can even eat it, Wild Grain is your answer. If you go to Wild Grain's website, which I have it linked below, and you use my partner code Mandy30, that gets you $30 off of your first box, plus you'll get free croissants for life. Y'all, these croissants, there's nothing like them. They are our favorite. We look forward to them every single time that we have them. So be sure to check them out. Use code Mandy30 to save $30 off your first box. You're gonna get free croissants for life, and you're gonna fall in love with Wild Grain just like we have. So I tasted it. It does need a little more salt, so I'm gonna add that now. Y'all, the flavors though in this, wow. What's up?
Pop would be loving this.
Pop would love this.
This is a Pop grandma feel right here, meal right here.
Yep.
That's exactly what this is. We used to eat this a lot when I was growing up.
Red beans and rice.
And she put it in a bowl like this. Make sure you have the juices in there. Have your little onion slice, a little green tomato pickle.
Or a little chow chow on top.
A little chow chow on top.
Yeah, he asked if we had chow chow. We do not.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man. That is delicious. That ham flavor just throughout.
Right.
Or the pork flavor, I should say.
Right. It's basic, but it's
Super
so
delicious.
good.
Oh yeah, there's tons of flavor in that. And those beans add that flavor as well.
Yeah.
Kind of make the juice a little thicker and a little starchier.
That's what we're talking about.
That is delicious. It's comforting.
That pork flavor. But I love that there's a little bit of crunch from the bell peppers. They're not completely soft. They're not raw, but they're not completely soft. So I like that.
Yeah. Oh man, some chow chow would go good with this. We got to get us some chow chow. Isn't that delicious?
This is really good for winter.
Oh yeah.
Really good for winter. I know y'all just saw me finish up the red beans and rice and us do the taste test. But in reality, that is just now starting, and I am starting on recipe number 2. For this one, we are doing a crockpot lasagna, and I really love the idea of this, and I'm hoping that it turns out the way I'm kind of thinking in my head. I've got a large skillet heating to about medium-high heat. We just need to chop up the other half of this onion that I used for the red beans and rice. So let's do that. You know what? I should have used my veggie chopper for this today. I'm not sure if it's in the dishwasher or not. I don't think it is. I should have grabbed that out. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, to our large skillet, we are adding 1 pound of lean ground beef. Because it is so lean and we're gonna be adding in some other things to kind of saute, I'm gonna add some palmetto olive oil. This is the Tuscan herb infused. It's gonna give it a good flavor, but it's gonna give it that extra fattiness to saute our stuff. Okay, let's add in our onion all around. I'm gonna break it up here in just a second. Ooh, I can smell that Tuscan herb olive oil. We're gonna add in some Italian seasoning, a couple of teaspoons, and some garlic. Okay, let's continue to let this cook all the way through, and then we'll move on. Okay, it's all done. There's not a ton of fat in here because I did use a lean meat and I didn't add a whole lot of olive oil, but any excess fat, I'm just gonna kind of soak up in this paper towel. Okay, we've got a large crock pot here. I'm gonna mist it with a little bit of olive oil spray, and let's add our ground beef to the bottom. Got a couple of handfuls of spinach. I'm just gonna roughly chop this. I did de-stem them. Is that a term? De-stemming? I don't like stems in my spinach. It's the texture, it's weird. I don't like it. Now I've got this jar of marinara sauce. This is from Thrive Market. It's the tomato basil. Just use whichever one you like, but 25 ounce. We're gonna pour all of this in. Then I'm gonna fill 1.5 cups of water in here, and we're gonna mix it around and add that as well. Let's add in our spinach. And then we need about half of this box of lasagna noodles. This is not the no boil noodles. This is just the regular lasagna noodles. This is a pound. So we're gonna use about half of this box, but we're going to crumble the pieces up. We're not putting them in there whole. Oh, that's gonna be fun. We're just gonna break these up and throw these in here. Okay, we got them all added. We need mozzarella cheese. Y'all have heard me say this a gazillion times. If you have not tried the creamy melt mozzarella, you're missing out. Try this because it melts so well. But we need about 1.5 cups of this. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna stir all of this together. This is a fun way to make lasagna. I'm excited. I hope it turns out like I'm imagining it will. Now for this next part, we're gonna add in cottage cheese. The thing is, I think my cottage cheese is kind of liquidy, so I need to kind of drain it. It's not too bad. I need to kind of drain it a little bit before we add it in. It's actually not, it's not very liquidy at all. Okay, that's good. We need about 1 cup of cottage cheese. We're just gonna dollop it on top. I'm gonna basically just use the rest of this container because I think it's about 1 cup total. Okay, so at this point it says to fold, like gently fold this in, not stir. I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, I think that's probably pretty accurate. I love how I just keep grabbing a new spoon. I've got this one, I've got this one. Do y'all do that too? Before we've even eaten, I've used half of our silverware. Now we're gonna sprinkle the remaining mozzarella over top. I've also got a block of Parmesan cheese here. We're gonna shred that over top as well. Need about 1/3 cup. I'm gonna kind of poke any of these noodles that are sticking up out of the liquid. I'm gonna poke them down. And this is gonna be our lunch today because it only needs to cook on low for 3 to 4 hours. So we're gonna have this one for lunch. So this turned out, at least in looks, exactly like I was hoping.
It does look very delicious.
I was hoping it would not be too soupy, and it's not.
Those layers of pasta. What a meat in here. Is that beef or?
Yeah, it's ground beef. You could definitely do Italian sausage.
Wow, that is really good. That sauce is amazing. That basil really comes through as well.
Yeah, I love the basil.
Super flavorful. Pasta's cooked really well. I like adding a little bit of that Parmesan cheese on top as well. Really good. This is a great lasagna.
Good.
Super impressed. This came out of a crock pot.
I know, right?
Oh man, that cheese that's in there.
Yeah.
Is that like ricotta?
It's actually cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
There's mozzarella in there too, but yeah.
That is really, really delicious. Yeah, you would never think this came out of a crock pot. Like, I
Yay.
never thought about lasagna in a crock pot.
Okay, yeah, me neither. I was a little nervous about it.
Yeah.
But it turned out good.
This turned out really good.
Yay.
Out of a crock pot, sweetheart. That is amazing, isn't it?
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm very much impressed with that.
And you know, you could do Italian sausage. I thought about it, but I just went with the regular recipe that I found. But
no,
Italian sausage would be great too.
It would be, yeah. But this is really good, sweetheart.
I mean, I highly recommend. I turned it over to warm after 3 hours. Don't let it go too much longer after that because then your noodles are going to fall apart. So it's definitely a 3-hour thing, and then it's time to eat. But this has so much flavor. It tastes just like a regular lasagna.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
Wow.
Good job, sweetheart.
So it is time for recipe number 3. Just like with the other 2, you've already seen the taste test. I hope they were great. However, we have not tasted them yet because I've got those 2 going over there. So now we have one more crock pot and one more recipe. This is queso chicken chili with roasted corn and jalapeno. We will do the roasted part later, but right now we're just gonna put everything into the crock pot, let it cook on low all day, and then we'll do the remainder at the end. For this recipe, it calls for chicken breast. However, if you know us, we prefer chicken thighs. So I have about a pound of chicken thighs in here. We're gonna use this entire jar of salsa today. However, only half of it is going in now. We're adding in 1.5 cups of water and then some seasonings. We need a couple of teaspoons of chili powder. I used the dark. We need 1 teaspoon of cumin and about half a teaspoon of salt. This is the flaky salt, so I'm gonna add just a tad bit more, and we can always add more later if we need to. So this is all we're doing for now. This is going on low for about 6-7 hours. You could definitely do it on high if you wanted to as well, but I'm just gonna put it on low. Obviously it says 8 hours. We're not gonna wait 8 hours, but that's all for now. It is much later in the day, and we are going to finish up this queso chicken chili. Side note, I need to know how many of y'all watch me and y'all don't think I have an accent because you sound the same way. So how many of y'all are Southerners? I need to know. The reason I ask this is we were at church last night and we were chatting with my pastor and someone else, and we were just talking about a couple of different things. And I said, yeah, I went to high school with her. And Stephen said, and where'd you go to high school? And he said it on purpose so that I would say what I was gonna say in front of our pastor. I said, Bowling Springs. And my pastor just cracked up. He loves that I don't say Boiling Springs, South Carolina. I say Bowling Springs because that's just how we talk around here. But he just thought it was hilarious. And he said, I bet a lot of people love to watch you because of your accent. But I'm like, I don't have an accent. Maybe y'all have the accent and I'm just normal. Chances are, no, that's not it. But I just want to know how many of y'all are Southerners and you talk like me. And I know there's people that's more Southern than me. And how many of y'all are from not in the South and you don't sound like me. I was just wondering. Back to the regularly scheduled programming. We're going to preheat our oven to 450 because remember, this is queso chicken chili with roasted veggies. So we've got to roast the veggies. Here's the deal, pickle. I wanted 1 red and 1 green bell pepper. However, my grocery store was out, so we just get all green veggies. That's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna chop up these 2 bell peppers and this jalapeno in this little chopper, dicer thingy. That way it'll be a lot quicker and they'll all be uniform. I am gonna take the ribs and the seeds out of this jalapeno. That made for quick work. Let's move on. So I've got a can of corn, and y'all know I normally use frozen corn, but we're going with a can this time. I'm gonna drain it and I am gonna rinse it too. So now that we've done that, let's place this on a large baking sheet. I am gonna dry it off a little bit too. I'm just gonna pat it dry with this paper towel. And then we'll do the same with our peppers, our jalapeno and our green bell pepper. And we're gonna pat this dry as well. And let's toss on a little bit of olive oil. I'm using some garlic infused. You know what we need? I think we got Chipotle olive oil, did we not?
I don't know, I have to check.
Last time we went, let me go check.
All right.
We sure did. Chipotle infused olive oil. So I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of this all over top. We don't need a ton, just a little bit. You know what? Maybe I should take my little pour spout from this one, and that way it'll pour a little more evenly and I won't dump it all in one spot, you know? There we go. That was probably a wise idea. Chipotle infused olive oil, oh my gosh. We timed that just right. Our oven is ready, so let's pop this in there for 10 to 15 minutes. Steven went to the back of the house. He'll be back in just a few minutes, but it's a good time to do what I'm about to do. We're gonna soften half of this block of cream cheese. I don't want to hear his belly aching right now. I mean, he'll come in here belly aching in just a minute because he'll be filming me putting it in there probably, but I really want to soften this really well because then it just makes it so much easier and quicker for it to melt. Uh-oh, I hear him coming. Busted. Busted by the cameraman. His favorite ingredient. I'm gonna melt this. Well, not really melt it, but soften it.
I caught you.
You did catch me.
Caught you red-handed. Better hurry up.
Okay, we're gonna shred some cheese. Pepper jack cheese. We're gonna use almost this whole block. This is an 8-ounce block. That's probably enough. We're gonna go with that. Now I've got this can of black beans, this pack, and I'm going to drain and rinse these. Okay, our chicken is definitely done. You see that steam come off of there?
That was nice.
It was nice. It's like a magic trick or something. We're going to shred our chicken, which should be extremely easy.
Mixing shop does a good job.
It does. And thighs are just so easy to shred too.
It's my favorite tool.
I love this tool. I agree.
It's so versatile.
Versatile.
It's got some of that versatility. If you're looking for versatility in a kitchen tool, then look no further than the Mix and Chop. Available in Mandy in the Making's Amazon store.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
that's good timing because we need to add those veggies in here.
let's do it.
We're toasty and roasty over here. Look at that. So let's add in our black beans to our chicken. We're gonna add in the rest of our salsa from earlier today. Okay, we're gonna add our veggies in. This baking sheet is really heavy, so I'm not even attempting to do that one-handed. And then we're gonna add someone's favorite ingredient. Then I'm gonna have to go plug this back up. I had to unplug it just for camera purposes, but we're gonna plug it back up and let it simmer for another 30 minutes or so until all of this has melted. But you see how soft I got it. Like, it's very, very soft. And we'll be adding that pepper jack cheese in right before we serve it. So right now we're just gonna let all of this hang out. We're gonna let that do its thing. I need to plug it back up, put it on low for 30 more minutes. It has been about 30 minutes. So let's take a look at this. So you can see some of that cream cheese is still, like, I need to go through and just kind of mash it up, make sure that it's evenly spread and that nobody gets a big old glob of cream cheese in their mouth when they take a bite.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It melted pretty well. Ooh, that smells good.
It does smell good.
Now, right before serving, we're gonna throw in our pepper jack cheese. All right, I'm gonna taste this and see if I need to up the salt content, just to be sure. No salt needed, we're good. Cole is so happy right now.
Eat that now.
Okay. It reminds me of a chicken stew, the consistency of it here.
Right,
Wow.
It's over.
it's over.
Creamy, cheesy, spicy. Wow, that's really good. Those flavors are rich, deep.
I am so happy. What you think about those roasted veggies? Are they good?
I love this.
Really?
Yeah, this is like a Tex-Mex take on white chicken chili / chicken stew. It's,
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yay. Even
gotta
with
be
cream
like
cheese
a-
in it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You think it's good enough to be in a best of? It's that good.
It could be up there.
It
that
has
good.
potential?
it does, for
It has
sure.
potential, yeah. There
Okay.
you go.
Well, that is very exciting to hear. And just in case y'all were wondering, this hutch over here is not decorated right now. I took down all my Christmas decor and literally just threw everything in there. So it's a hodgepodge. Just ignore it. Ignore
I'm
that.
glad you mentioned that because I was wondering.
I know you were very upset by that. All right, you will crack open your Ollie Pop,
Ollie Pop, Ollie Pop.
and I am gonna dig in.
Doesn't it have like stew vibes too?
It does. I think it's that shredded chicken, like
is,
the
yeah.
long shreds.
Right.
Makes me think of chicken stew.
It's so good.
The
Tex-Mex.
veggies are not super soft because we roasted them.
Right, they have a little
So
bit
they
of
have
texture. Yeah.
a little crunch to them.
Right.
That's a keeper. There you have it. There are 3 winter crockpot meals that are just gonna warm you up this season. It has been a long day of cooking. In between all of that, I was editing another video. It's just been a long day, so I am ready to relax. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I can't wait for y'all to try some of these recipes because they were amazing. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget you can check the description box below, and when you go check out Wild Grain and use code MANDY30, you'll get $30 off of your first box, plus you'll get free croissants for life. That's it from me today. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.